everybody, and welcome back to the non-league adventure with me, GW365, playing as the ECFC in the Skybet Championship. Right, into the save. You can actually see that we're starting to slip away. Still scoring goals, but we're still conceding goals, as you can see up here. Today we've got a game against Bradford City, of course, the team that came up with us. Also, we've got Burnley as well. Two games in quite quick succession. We're still looking pretty well set for the playoffs, but as the season is going on, we're realising how strong our team really is. And as you can see, it's probably not quite good enough to challenge the likes of Charlton and Swansea, who are now 9 points ahead of us with 16 to play. We've got 17 to play. Obviously, still a reasonable chance of us getting into that top two, but it's looking increasingly unlikely. Going into the results since the last time we played, which I believe was the Crystal Palace game, where we trounced them 6-0 away from home. Poor John Terry, I don't think he's still manager. I think he might have gone. We did lose to Man U before in the FA Cup third round. We weren't expected to do anything against them, but now it's really starting to get a little bit tough. Right, there is one transfer to tell you about. It's on loan from Liverpool, and it's Bobby Adekanye, Kanye West. I'm feeling we could call him Bobby Brown and Kanye West. He's left midfield, right midfield. He can play to some extent, but mainly left midfield. And as you can see, he's not the quickest, but his technical stats are pretty good. I mean, his crossing, first touch, technique are very, very good. Concentration is very good. Off the balls, 13. Vision and work rate, 14. Acceleration, 15. He's got some good stats. I'm looking for him to maybe now replace the belt, because the belt just doesn't seem to be performing. So I'm hoping for like some sort of positive impact from this man. He's got 10 finishing as well, which is obviously better than Russell as well as the belt. So now up to date with all the transfers. By all I mean one. Let's get into the game against Bradford City. Today's Skybet Championship clash is brought to you live from the Silver Lake Stadium. It's Eastleigh FC against Bradford City. Right, Eastleigh going to the game against Bradford today on the back of a couple of high-scoring losses, but they are going to look to redeem themselves using Jaskalainen in goal, Sean Long at right back, Aidan White at left back, with Akil right and the Salt pairing up in the central defence again, with Powell on the right and debutant Adekanye still undecided whether to change his name. Let me know what you think in the comments. Walsh and Jess make up the middle of the park, with still a couple of injuries hampering the ball-winning midfielder spot. Saunders and Brewer make up the strike force today, hoping to continue some half-decent form with Bradford City line-up against Eastleigh this time, with Ripley in goal, with O'Neill at right back, and I believe that's Jason Pearce at left back, Cooper in the middle with Williams, the guy we were looking to sign last season, Holmes and James in the middle of the park, Danny Ward on the right, Sinclair on the left, Veta Kelly, we all know about him in the central attacking midfield role, with O'Neill up top on his own. So I'm looking to tell them, you know, be calm with them and tell them I've got faith. Hopefully it's going to provide us with a decent team talk, and in the end it's not that bad. Just need to switch these two round. There we go. Now we're set. Get into the game. Right, so it's Bradford that gets underway, kicking from left to right. I believe that's Jason Pearce. Indeed it is. It's a 35-year-old, 6 pace, 8 acceleration Jason Pearce. I'm hoping to maybe exploit the weakness of his pace, as Brewer has it early on. Apologies for that. Like mini selection. It's just I thought maybe it's a regen. Never mind. White's in across the position. He finds Walsh sort of, but it's ended up being headed away by Cooper. Right, my potential chance. Jeffs, I need to remember to take that off. I need to do it probably sooner rather than later. Jeffs will find Saunders. Saunders looking for an option here. Goes for Walsh. Walsh back to Saunders. Back to Walsh. Just keeping the ball between themselves, and Saunders nearly hits a follow-up after Brewer forces a save from Ripley. I don't mean Ellen Ripley from Alien. Right, or should I say White, finds Walsh with a throw. It's back to White on the byline there. Adekanye's come inside a little bit, and he finds Cooper the defender, which is not exactly a decent target. Now it's James now. He's got options in front of him, but between Powell and Jeffs, he's to get the ball back. Start again. It's now Walsh. Walsh plays it wide to Powell. Powell. Infield it goes to Saunders. Saunders. He's not really got many options at the minute. He plays a lovely ball to Brewer though, and that's a great finish. A great goal. How Saunders managed to pick that out, right out of his dick hole, to provide us with a great assist. Yeah, so Saunders had it here, and he just pings out this ball from nowhere. And he just takes a look at that control, and just dinks it past him. Brewer back on form. He's had a bit of a rest, if you like, not been performing. Potential a chance for us maybe because we start with the ball. Jeffs has it in the middle of the park and sprays it wide towards Powell, but Pearce gets a bit. Look at that anticipation from Long, followed by the worst pass you're ever going to see in the history of football. And as a result, Sinclair's in behind because he bombarded forward. I liked his intent, but you need to make sure you hit the pass. Bradford with a potential opportunity here. Pearce has it, plays it in field to Holmes. He squares it to James on the left hand side. Long does well to tackle though, and can he launch an attack? He hits it long for Saunders to chase. Copper somehow just Akin Fenwa's him out of the way, and now Holmes can maybe start another Bradford attack. O'Neill has it. He's not really got many options, but well, as a result it shows there because Wright just mauled him and got the ball off him. Added Kanye West to Brewer. Down the line that is. Brewer infield to Jeffs. Jeffs finds Saunders. Return ball perhaps, maybe. No. White has it in a crossing position. He does cross it and Powell's there at the back post to make it 2-0. Great run there, son. Ahead of that weakness I was on about, Jason Pearce. Lovely, calm passing play. And White with a decent ball in. Back post. And Powell, I believe Just Mike, as I mentioned at the beginning, calls it back post OP. I'm pretty sure I renamed a play that as well in one of his series. But there's another chance potentially here. And Pearce has it. Squares it to James. Jeffs, I thought, is going to get red carded here. And there it is. There's going to be a red card just before half time. Good man. You know we're struggling for ball winning midfielders, but never mind. We can manage without. Saunders is the more creative, so I'm afraid, Brewer, it's going to be you that misses out. So Smith comes on as a ball winning midfielder. It's by no means the answer, but I'm still relatively confident. 2-0 up, famous last words. It's going to go in at half time, 2-0 up, as you can see right now. And I'm just going to say, assertively, don't let your performance levels drop, because obviously we've got that lead. We don't really want to throw it away. And don't forget, we have scored with 10 and 9 men, and not conceded so in the past. But we'll have to wait and see. Right, Bradford with a chance, and oh, what a save from Jääskeläinen there. Cooper with a header. The world's shortest highlight, by the way. Right, changes to be made. We're going through changes. A solid debut, I think, for Adi Kanye West. Yeah, I'm going to take him off for now. Leave it 10 minutes or so. I might bring on Johnny Bate or I don't know, maybe for the last 10 minutes. Right, Leiden has it. Finds Kiwamya. That's Holmes. Up against White. Nice little pass to O'Neill. It looks miles offside there to me, but apparently not. And it's gone out for a corner thanks to the salt sticking his body in the way. James with the resulting corner. It's headed away by Walsh, but it's only gone back to corner taker James. Cleared away that time though by Wright, who's there. Is just solid. I'm fairly happy with the defensive trio that I have, as in the ones that rotate, but just seems to be times where we're just getting a bit of a pace in there. I don't understand why it keeps happening. It's played forward and Akko Wright is beaten for the first time, and Holmes with a chance there should have scored. Dwayne Holmes, I believe it is. But we have to expect we're going to concede chances because of the obvious reason, which is I'm going to bring on Stephen Kinsella for Powell. We are going to concede chances. With out of 10, it's going to happen. We just have to hope that we hold out, because as long as Akko Wright and the Salt are playing this well, chances are we're not going to concede. But famous last words as potentially there's another highlight here. Well, there is a highlight, but potentially it's another chance for Bradford, as it's played over the top for Kiwamya. He squares it for O'Neill, and there you go. That's 2-1. Sweaty goal, as you might call it, if you're a fan of FIFA. But we are still playing quite well, so I'm reluctant to change it, but usually you change things and that's when things happen. I mean, questionable positioning from Jääskeläinen, but you know what, it probably has been coming. to some degree. They've had quite a few highlights recently. I'd be very demoralised if we conceded 2 goals in the last 5 minutes, but it looks like that's going to be it. Long has it. 5 seconds to go. Clears it down the line. Pearce, just keep it in. I mean, what are you doing, Pearce, there? Surely you go the other way in the last couple of seconds, but never mind. I'm not going to complain. We won. You know, I had to expect to concede a goal, perhaps. It sees us go back up to third. I think it might have been a game out. No, Blackburn lost, which is very handy indeed. Does put us within 6 points of Swansea and Charlton once again. They both look like they played yesterday, I'm going to say. But yeah, we've got a game against Burnley, who are 22nd at this moment in time. A bit of a fall from grace for them, it seems, at the minute. And Jeff has indeed been banned. It should only be for 1 game, so I'm just going to issue a warning. Right, so unless something else crops up in between, or like the game gets postponed, hopefully you're going to join us now for the Burnley game. Today's Sky Bet Championship clash is brought to you live from Turf Moor. It's Burnley FC versus Eastleigh FC. Right, so Burnley come into this game on the back of 3 consecutive draws in the league. They're going to go with Thompson in goal, with Palmer at right back and Smith at left back, Rice and Byrne in the middle of defence, Perver and May in the middle of the central of the midfield, with Guidas and Bradley on each wing, with Lawrence playing as a second midfielder. Canik takes up a lone striker role today. East are going to this game on the back of a 2-1 win at home against Bradford City. They're going to line up with Jääskeläinen in goal, with the same back four as last time, which is Long, White, the Salt, and then right in the middle, with Kinsella and Russell getting starts today, with the other wingers just getting rested. The Shop comes in after a bit of a layoff, mainly because he's the most fit, and Walsh retains his place in the roaming playmaker role. Adel Naby comes in for Saunders just for a fitness reason, and Brewer, because he only played half a game, gets another chance as he starts today's game. So I'm going to tell them that we owe them, because they must have beaten us last time. I don't remember the game. I should have really looked into it really, but yeah, that's a decent team talk actually. Naby was a little bit nervous for some reason, but hopefully he's going to put in a performance. They are in the lower echelons of the league, so I'm hoping for a positive result here as we get the game underway, playing from right to left. Walsh squares it for the Shop. Is this an early chance perhaps? Brewer tries to play Naby. Naby's there, and it is. It's 1-0. One of the rarest things that happens in Football Manager is you get a goal early on, and there you go. You can see right there. 1-0, it's a great start. Right, so Walsh squared it. The Shot was there on his return. Finds Brewer. First time ball. Massive error from Rice, to be fair to him. And Naby tucks it away. He doesn't care. He's a championship goal scorer here. He's scored in every league from non-league to this league so far. If we can get into the Premier League, as we conceded at the other end thanks to a Bradley header less than a minute later. Very disappointing. But if Naby scores, if we get into the Premier League and Naby scores, he'll have done a Brett Ormerod and scored in every league, but he'll have done better than Ormerod, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe he has scored in the National League. But yeah, Ormerod did exactly the same. He scored in every league, and eventually he scored 1 goal, I think it was. I might be right. Could have been 2 or 3. But when he got into the Premier League with Blackpool in that one season. But White has a chance now. Brewer squares it to Russell. Tries to play it back to Brewer, but it's giving it straight to Perver, which is a bit of a poor piece of play. But Wright does well to knock it away from Canek. And the Shop finds Naby. Can he turn and find his man? He's got Kinsella in support. He goes himself and hits the post. Great strike, great effort. But unfortunately, just the wrong side of the post. Right. Palmer with a long throw towards Canek. Walsh heads away, but only as far as May. May plays it over towards Bradley. Long missed the header, but fortunately Jääskeläinen was there to save his blushes. Keeps hold of the ball and tries to find Brewer, but end of highlight. Walsh with a free kick crosses in. It's headed away by Byrne, and now Lawrence can break. It's 3-2 here at the minute. Canek has got support in the shape of Bradley. Bradley on the left hand side, looking to cross it in maybe. He does, and Lawrence is there at the back post. What a save. Double save from Jääskeläinen. And that is 4 clear-cut chances for Burnley already. I mean, what's going on there? Like second bottom or third bottom. I know they've drawn quite a lot of games, but bloody hell. A true captain's performance from Russell here. As the Salt, oh no, the Salt returned the favour to Burnley. What they did in the first half, the Salt's just done the same. Rice was the offender last time for Burnley, but this time it's a poor pass from the Salt. He's just got it here and just clear it away. Knock it out for a throw-in. Knock it out for a corner. Nice run. Right, Guedes finds Palmer. Perver's got it now. Plays it wide to Palmer again. Square to Perver again. Lawrence has it. Plays it forward, and Yaskelen does claim it this time. Can he start an attack now? They try and start getting back into this game somehow, because this is dreadful. Canuck. Good tackle. Walsh plays it long towards Brew, but Burnley's there to intercept and finds Perver. Perver finds Palmer on the right hand side. This is a terrible performance in the first half. It seems from Eastleigh, and I can only feel another goal for Burnley at the moment as Bradley gets in behind. He's in the crossing position again. He goes himself and hits the side netting, much to our relief. It's not very often we play this poorly, and I think I'm going to make a couple of changes at half time, which is very rare that I do this. It's only usually if players are not performing. Russell off, who's the captain. I'm going to bring on Andrew Powell, who will take said captaincy, and I'm going to put Kinsella on the left just for this, well, for about 20 minutes or so. I'm hoping to put Kanye West on, Adi Kanye West, that is. Adonabi has scored, but he's done very little else. The Salt, apart from that mistake, I don't think he's done that bad. It's just that one mistake. But yeah, we have been unlucky, but I'm going to say aggressively we owe Burnley half decent response. I'm going to say I've got faith in you. A couple of motivated players, which is always handy. Hopefully they can actually step up and actually deliver in this half. Right, so Burnley get the second half underway. Assault picks up his customary yellow card as the goalkeeper tries to find Canuck. Powell's got it though, the half-time substitute. Walsh. Looking for options, he finds Naby. Naby, delightful ball to Kinsella. Chips it across, but Rice heads away. Now Canuck has it. Can he start a counter-attack for Burnley? Most likely he will be able to. Lawrence plays it to Bradley on the right-hand side this time. Right, with a great challenge. And clears away. Now it's Kinsella. Chips it for Naby. Naby's kind of in behind here. He's in on his weaker left foot, and it shows there as he tamely hits it wide of the goal. It's pretty bad when your best performer is your goalkeeper. At this moment in time. Right heads away, Perver nods it down to Lawrence, who chips it forward. Eddie White should get on it, and does. Squares it to right. Easily look to start another attack. Great ball by the Salt to find Powell. Powell not really got many options. They marked quite well. Perver does make a great challenge there. They seem more up for this game, it seems, and I'm going to try and do a team talk here because, you know, we're just getting overrun. Show some passion, you schmucks. This is going to be a goal, I can feel it. Bradley, not entirely sure what happened there, but looks like Yaskelen saved the day once again. Perver has it again, plays it wide to Palmer. Perver's everywhere, it's like shit in a field, but the shop does tidy up there, and that's probably where the highlight ended. Right, so time to make another change. Who do you bring on at this point? Liam Walsh is looking pretty tired, so I'm going to bring on Martin Smith, and I think I'm going to make another change here. I'm actually going to bring off Roy Brewer and bring on Johnny Bates. Might not be the most popular choice, but Johnny Bates does have a habit of coming off the bench and scoring, so I'm hoping he's going to do just that. I'm going to give him a little bit longer than 10 minutes. Right, potential chance perhaps. The shop picks up the ball deep in his own, well, not in his own half, deep in Burnley's half. Naby has it though. Finds Long on the right, squares it to Powell. Nice first time ball from Powell. Naby has it. What's he doing shooting from there? What are you doing? Just what are you doing? Corner with 30 seconds to go. Yaskelen claims he needs to get it forward quickly. As you can see, he's not going to bother. Long. If ever we need a goal, we need it now. 2-1 down. Naby. Back to the shop. 10 seconds to go. Just play wide to Powell. Just whip it in from there, Powell. You've got a right cross on you. Now it's the Smith. The Smith finds Kinsella. He's offside. Smashes it into the side in any way. That will be it. We did play better in the second half, but it wasn't enough. And very disappointing to say the least. So it seems like we have a bogey side in Burnley. We're still third somehow, but now we are actually 9 points behind Charlton. Swansea do have a game in hand. Brighton have made up ground on us by only the solitary point, fortunately, and Blackburn did lose. So it's not all doom and gloom, but when we're looking for the top 2 places, ideally I don't really want to go through the playoffs. Playoffs are very stressful, although they are very entertaining usually. Right, so for the next live com, I think it's going to be Oldham and Swansea. I think we've got to do Swansea. They are one of our main rivals up there. It will take us to March, the first 2 games in March. I know there's going to be a week's gap, but it doesn't matter. Hoping to pick up maximum points again in the next 5 games. Hopefully get into like automatic contention at least. I mean, if Swansea can drop some points, it looks like Charlton are going to be runaway leaders here. But if we look at Swansea's schedule, they've got a 9th place Palace, who we beat 6-0, I might add. A 7th place Wednesday, Bradford City, who aren't doing that well. Burnley have just beaten us, so they're not going to be easy. Fleetwood are struggling, so are Sunderland. So they've got a couple of tricky games, probably the next couple of games really, for us to make ground up realistically. And the 4 games after that, until they play us, you could consider very easy, well, particularly easy. Cardiff, I didn't realise at the bottom of the league. That's a bit of a fall from grace. And Oldham, we all know about Oldham and their guy that have got on loan from Newcastle. I would very much like to sign, because look at those attributes. I mean, 17 finishing, 16 pace. He just seems like a really good player. So I'll be trying to sign him next season. I know that much, but we'll have to wait and see. It's going to cost a lot of money unless we can get him on loan. So yeah, hopefully you are going to join us. As you can see, our form is terrible. I mean, look at all that red. Not the best of form, has to be said. Hopefully redeem ourselves in the next couple of games. We'll have to wait and see. But until then, hopefully I've enjoyed this video. If you have, want to press that like button, if you'd like to see more, feel free to subscribe. It'd be greatly appreciated. And as I say, hopefully you join us for the Oldham and Swansea games. Until then, I'll see you then. Bye bye.